When flipping a sample, the answer is usually clear on whether it should be looped or chopped. There are times though where we try everything but can't seem to get it right. That happened to me during today's sample challenge, where I went to the website Samplette to find 10 samples, but I could only flip one of them. It's your boy Mejia Made, and this is how I approached this difficult jazz sample.
It's Mejia Made.
Alright y'all, so let's go ahead and get started with the breakdown. The sample that I came across is by Stanley Turrentine. The song is called Little Sherry. So with today's sample challenge, I had so much trouble trying to flip the sample. Unfortunately, with today's sample challenge, when I went to the website Samplette, I didn't get any good samples. I had a couple prog rock and a couple other jazz samples, but as I was listening to them, I didn't find anything that caught my ear. The other samples, even including this one, had just way too much going on, and at first, it seemed almost impossible for me to even flip this sample. I had tried chopping and looping a couple different parts from this sample, but it wasn't going anywhere, and I really didn't like the end result. And honestly, I almost gave up on flipping this sample. But if I had done that, there wouldn't have been no sample challenge video today. So instead of focusing on the result of whether this beat was going to be good or bad, I decided to just turn off that part of my brain and find whatever piece I could from this sample and make a beat anyways. So with that being said, this is the part that I decided to loop. So there are two things I did to this sample within Serato sample. The first is that I pitched it down -4 semitones. I wanted to give the saxophone just a little bit of an interesting tone, and I achieved that by pitching it down a couple semitones, which is a good pro tip for you guys. Aside from the fact that pitching down a sample messes with the original pitch of the sample, it can also give the sounds within the sample a different tone, making the sample just a little bit more interesting. The second thing I did to the sample is removing the drums. As I said earlier, this is a jazz sample, so if I had left the drums in, it would have made flipping this sample just a little bit harder. So after I had stopped overthinking how to flip this sample and finally found the one part that I wanted to loop, it was time to approach the drums. This sample gave me a little bit of that Joey Badass 1999 type of feel, so I knew it needed some knocking boom bap drums. I decided to go with the drum loop that I made. So if we go ahead and put the sample and drums together, this is what they sound like. And honestly, once I had gotten to this part, it made the process just a little bit easier, because at first, I wasn't a big fan of the sample. If it wasn't for this challenge, it's not a sample that I would typically go for, or that would even catch my attention. So once I had gotten to this point, I knew it was still missing a key element, which is a bass line. For the bass line, I really didn't want to overthink it, so I decided to play the same bass line that is found within the sample. It sounds like this. So now let's go ahead and pair that with the drums and sample. So with the drums and bass added, I wasn't done quite yet. I still felt like this beat could have used a little bit more sauce. I was trying to figure out what other element could fit with what I already had, and then I came across this sound. And that roll sound only plays at the end of 8 bars. I went back into my drum kits to find another element that I could fit within this beat, and I came across the scratch sample. So now that we have all the elements, this is how I approach this jazz sample. So honestly, not too bad of a flip for a sample that I didn't like in the first place. But sometimes that's just how it goes when I do this sample challenge. Not every sample that I come across is going to be a 10 out of 10. But if anything, that just really forces me to be more creative. Let me know what you think of the beat in the comments, so the next time you have trouble flipping a sample, don't give up on it so easily. Every chance you get to make a beat is another rep towards becoming a better producer. If you've listened to Nas' Magic Trilogy and wonder how Hit Boy got that authentic East Coast feel, make sure to click on the link above. With that being said, if you gained any type of insight from this video, please leave a like, please leave a comment. It's really gonna help the channel grow. I'm gonna catch you guys next week for a new video. Until then, stay blessed.